Welcome to Mermaid Love Tarot for your 5-part weekly bundle reading. I'm a counselor, a 2-time award-winning actress, and tarot reader. Enjoy your reading.
Hello Pisces, welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your 5-part bundle weekly reading. My name is Priscilla and I am not just any tarot reader. We are going to do things differently this week. I am still doing the 5-part bundle reading, of course, because I like for you guys to have everything in one place. But I'm going to begin with angel answer messages and answer whatever question you may have. I'm going to pull out 2 cards. You can ask your question, and I will give you the answer via the tarot, this oracle deck. All right, so what do we have for Pisces? So these are your angel answer messages. Guys, I go live, okay, and answer free tarot questions for all my subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe so that you can take advantage of that. And your first, wow, Scorpio just had this card. And it came out. If you have any of your placements in Scorpio, go check out that reading because it came out for them 3 times. So it's crazy. 3 times confirmed. All right, so you might be needing to forgive somebody. You know, somebody, yourself. You know how when we sometimes make decisions and we beat ourselves up and we're like, oh my God, why did I do that? Why was I with this person? You know, having a hard time forgiving ourselves. And just, feeling guilty. We might see the 4 or 5 of cups. As you know, I say that I am not just any tarot reader. And that is my thing because I printed cards and the cards come out. I have over 2,000 videos that show that evidence. Please visit my channel and check that out. In addition, I read in English and in Spanish. So if you want more messages, go check out the Spanish readings. Learn a little Spanish and use the subtitles. There might be more messages for you. You know that messages never expire. In addition, at the end of every video up here somewhere, I leave the egg ritual video, and that explains all about the evil eye, which people think they know, but they have no idea. Because whenever we are around people and energies, we catch on to those negative energies. The positive, great, but the negatives, not so great. All right, you guys, so go check out that video. And it will be good for you to do a cleansing whenever you feel like, you know, things are going wrong. All right, one more for Pisces. Yowza. All right. Okay. And you have the card if you believe. Okay. So if you believe, anything is possible, you guys. You may be, you know, wanting for something to happen in your life, wanting for manifesting and it hasn't happened. Maybe you're manifesting and thinking negative and not believing. So they're just telling you, believe. All right, we are moving on to oracle messages. We're just going to check our energies, find out what in the world is going on. All right, and here we go. What do we have for Pisces? Please, guys, you can forward the video as I'm shuffling. I never take the cards. I never will. So, you know, but I don't suggest that you forward as I'm doing the 5 parts because they connect. Okay, remember that my guides, and I only speak for myself, give me the messages that I have to put together like a puzzle. And really, like, if something comes out in money and it came out in tarot, you know, I have to somehow put the message together to let you guys know. I also channel using my cup of water that I have here. So from time to time, I'll stop. I was telling people, you know, what was going to happen even before I started to use tarot, though I've been doing tarot since I was like in high school. So it's been over 20 years. All right. Okay, so it says energy and the number 17. The number 1 means potential and the number 7 means, you know, your little bit of luck, but it also means perspective. So we might see the Hangman. I feel like some of you are just starting to gain the energy to do something that you wanted to do. You may have been putting things in the back burner or just seeing things from a negative perspective, which has led you to be like, I don't want to do this. But now you may be starting to see things differently, see things with more of a potential. We might see the Fool, okay, and with a lot of energy. We might also see the Queen of Wands and other wands, all right? We might see the Knight of Wands. Because I feel like now with this energy, you're going to just be going All right, just like, nothing is stopping me now. I need to do this. I've already wasted a lot of time. And you may even have like that tower moment where if you were like, I'm just going to take my sweet time, all of a sudden you're like, no, I got to make this happen. Enough is enough. Because time is of an essence, right? We can't get back time. I'm a 2-time award-winning actress. I'm an inventor. I have my own dog sitting business. I'm a school counselor with a master's degree. I don't stop. I do not stop, and I'm a tarot reader. All right, you guys, so anything is possible. But then again, I'm the Chariot, I'm a Cancer, so I'm always like persevering. And right now I'm in the process of getting my invention out there, working with my team, and so I'm busy. All right, what do we have? Okay, so it says finding inner peace. Peace isn't found outside, it's cultivated within. We might see the Hermit. Create stillness in your mind and soul. All right, you guys, so it's time for you to like take a little break, not to procrastinate, but to just really be like, okay, how am I going to go about doing this thing that I want to take action towards, right? How am I going to do this? Let me just stop all the noise. Stay away from people who are constantly like pressuring you. Like if you ask of an opinion, they think that because you give them they give you their opinion, you're going to do what they're telling you to do. That's not how the way things work. What do we have for Pisces? All right, it says the simple life. The number 38, 3 means connecting, 8 means change. All right, life becomes easier as you put effort into being organized and minimizing. Maybe that's what you are now finding the energy to do, right? Maybe that's what you've been procrastinating. Your house is a mess. You can't find things. That can make you very frustrating, right? That could make you feel like, I feel annoyed. So maybe that's what they're telling you. Like, stop for a minute, see, baby steps, do this today, do that tomorrow, but do it. Like, take action with the things that you need to take. If you have things disorganized, you can't function like that. You can't. All right, we're going to now just see, even though I am doing the love part of the reading, I just want to check, what's going on with love real quick. And it says, healing isn't neat, but it works. Healing doesn't show up politely. It barges in, messy and loud, and changes you. It's ugly before it's beautiful. Every tear taught you something, and every laugh proved you survive. Wear your scars like stripes. All right, you guys, so you may have experienced, we might see the Empress or the Nine of Pentacles, which to me is the Empress and the minor arcanas. So you may be going through a breakup, having to heal, and not necessarily a romantic breakup. We do break up with our friends, right? When we realize they haven't been the best to us. We might see the Seven of Swords, if this was some type of betrayal, all right? But definitely the Tower. All right, the Sun too. The Moon, if something was hidden. And Justice. I haven't seen Justice in a little while. What do we have for Pisces? We're going to take out 3 cards, and then I'll do 3 more. If I have to clarify, I will. Normally, I don't, because of my strong intuition. And then we'll do your, what is it? Your advice. All right. There's something that you have been wishing like crazy for, and it's coming right in. All right, there's something, this might be why you are meditating, meditating, going within, trying to find the answers. Like, why isn't this happening? I really want this to happen, but if you stand still, it's not going to happen. All right, this is Pisces energy. Okay, but you're definitely like been at this. I really want this to happen, and then now it's finally happening. Okay, this might be like a person that you want them to come back. Like, you want your health to get better. You want to fix your car and you haven't found the peace that you needed, right? You've been wishing for, where can I find it? It could be spiritual, it could be material, but it's something that you really want to come in. All right, and then we have energy of Virgo, Page of Pentacles. And you may be like in the process of wanting to learn something, and that might be what you've been procrastinating about. but they're telling you go about it like with a really down-to-earth energy. All right, because you're really like focused on your future right now. You know, how do I get these pentacles in? What can I do extra to make this happen? Maybe, you know, a little side hustle, trying to really make ends meet, right? Trying to, and this might be the wish fulfillment. This might be that you want a better job, whatever it might be, because, you know, this is representing money, and you're really going to get into like your emperor kind of mode. This is Aries energy, all right? You're going to be, maybe some of you may be looking for like a job as a supervisor, okay? Maybe you're tired of just doing the job that you're doing. You're probably like, okay, I deserve more. You know what I mean? But they're also telling you, try not to control everything, okay? Try to take it easy, all right? Just chill. Obviously, your wish fulfillment is coming in, but try not to be so stubborn, because Aries can be very stubborn. You might be dealing with an Aries who's stubborn and who's usually my way or no way. 2 more, please, for Pisces. Take it as it resonates. And speaking of which, I am open for personal readings. People see my gifts when I go live, and when people come back and they're like, oh my God, what you told me happened. And now they're booking with me a lot. So I do get booked quickly. But you can send me an email, and then we'll plan to see how we do your consultation. 1 more, please. 1 more for Pisces. Please do not make me have to ring that bell. 1 more for, thank you. All right. I think I told you that the 10 of Swords was going to come out. Yeah, something is really, really ending for your own good. And this might have had you vibing in low energy, and now you finally come up for air. Yeah, it's definitely the end of something. And you're not turning back around. You're not like trying to forgive this person. What's done is done. This could have been something you've been wanting to do for a really long time, and you just didn't know how to go about doing it. Once again, you guys, I'm not just any tarot reader. I told you the Hangman will come out. And that's because from the moment I saw you vibing low, and when I saw, what was it? The 7, I told you we might see the Hangman, because you may have been just stalled. All right, not seeing things, you know, from a bigger perspective, not being open-minded, sacrificing too much for someone or something, and then you finally went into your emperor mode, and you were like, I'm not doing this. I need to go within, really see what it is that I'm doing. What is something that's going to benefit me? But moving forward, you shouldn't stay in this energy. You need to start moving, because you're wasting a lot of time. You really are. All right. And yeah, I told you we might see the 4 or 5 of Cups, because you may have that regret, you know, of that's why you may need to forgive yourself. I told you that when we saw the angel answer messages, right? I told you we might see the 5 of Cups. I told you we might see the 4 of Cups, because there's something that you're regretting. This is Scorpio energy. So you might be dealing with a Scorpio. It might have been a Scorpio who did this to you, but you've been like, it's almost when like somebody passes, that feeling that you get of mourning, you know, that's horrible. But you've been in a lot of sadness, all right? But you're going to come out of that. You're going to come out of that. For some of you, you may not have had experience that yet, because it's in the future. So some of you may be in the process of letting this go and going into calmer waters. And just trying to live like, you know, the simple life. Maybe you weren't paying attention to your own house, you know, like the mess that you had, because you were too focused on this person. What's the message for Pisces? Yeah, being in the flow. I'm in the flow of the universe. Yep. You see how this person now is going. She got on her boat. She's going. And nothing is going to stop her. Like, she's looking forward. Yes, I've been through what I've been through, but it's over. It's over, and I just need to move forward. All right. We're moving on to money and career. What do we have for Pisces, please? One card for Pisces. Let's see if anything ties into this. Only one. All right, freedom. Yep. You know how when we are in a relationship that we're struggling in, we're in pain. It's a trickle-down effect. If we're not good in our love life, it's going to affect our work life, right? Because we're going to feel down and out. We're not going to feel like going to work, those kinds of things. So it says freedom. You need to have more flexibility with your schedule and your income. Being self-employed is ideal. Time off will help you clear your mind. So it's why you're going into that kind of meditation mode, okay, to clear your mind. Maybe you felt like you were just doing too much, right? And there was no flexibility. How can you have flexibility when you're going through things in your love life, right? There is no flexibility. As much as you try to do it, there isn't. They're also telling me look out for feathers, all right? You see feathers, that might just be significant to you. It might remind you of a loved one, or just a loved one letting you know that they're with you. Maybe this is a sister that passed. All right, they're also telling you to be strategic when it comes to planning. All right, develop a strategic plan for your career and finances. Set long-term goals, but if you need to start with little ones because you've been procrastinating, then do that until you get there. Okay, create an actionable plan and step, not things that are unrealistic. Like, you know, in 1 week, if I'm opening a business, it's gonna be set. I'll be able to open in 1 week. No, you guys, be realistic, all right? And regularly review your progress to stay on course. Okay, what do I need to do? Am I doing this right? Check, 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 like make a checklist so that you don't forget things they're telling me. Maybe you're somebody who usually forgets and you need to write things down like me so that you don't. I used to be really good at remembering things, and then it's just like, what? Came across the snag. Yeah, you're going back to your star power. I'm just going to show you this card again, right? Star power, it seems here. Okay, so you're back to your star power. You weren't there for a little bit, but you're beginning to catch up. Please don't fall behind. All right, so it says, become an influencer of the company and earn fame, popularity, step into the spotlight. So you guys are working in a company, they're telling you to advertise for them. All right, if you sell products, if the company sells products, you know, ask your boss, would it be okay if I can, you can provide me with the products that we have here in the company so that I can go online and help you build. All right, so that might be, or you just may be becoming an influencer, but they're just telling you that if you decide like you want to start a YouTube channel, it's going to go well for you. All right, we're moving on to love. Guys, don't forget to subscribe because when I go live, you can ask me free tarot questions. What do we have for Pisces? All right, I can't let go of you. There's somebody who's really stuck on you. This might be that person that you let go. You know how when we leave them, that's when they realize our worth? It's, you know, that good old saying, we don't know what we have until we've lost it. So this person cannot let you go. All right, this could be you, this could be them. This could be more than likely you, because I feel like you let go of this person, not because you didn't love them, but you just found you were wasting your time. And the healing process, you know, we can't let somebody go from one day to another. The love is there, even as you go through your healing process. What do we have? But, you know, this was definitely a lesson learned. What do we have for Pisces, please? It says chemistry. I have never felt a passion this intense. This could be a whole other situation. All right, maybe a person left, you let them go, but you still know that, you know, you had that chemistry. Or some of you may still be with this person. And the chemistry is still there. It says you are enough. The person you are meant to be will love you the way you are. You don't need to change, okay? So back to the beginning, all right? If you let this person go, and, you know, you probably weren't being yourself. That's why it affected your work life. You were so like wasting your time so much on them that you couldn't do what you needed to do. All right, you guys. We are moving on to Oracle messages. Messages from the universe. What do we have for Pisces? All right, and it says, I know that you have been questioning yourself lately and wondering if you are good enough or strong enough to do that which your heart desires to do. You have. This message is to remind you that you really are more than capable of doing it. Rise up and take that leap of faith. We saw that from the beginning, right? That you're gaining your energy again, taking a leap of faith. You were procrastinating. I told you we will see the Hangman. We did. And so now it's time to get moving. All right? Because once you take the leap of faith, everything is going to go well. It's like it just goes. If you believe, right? As we saw from the angel answer messages, just believe that you can do what you have to do and it's going to happen. The number 101 might be significant. You cannot make this up. Starting over. Happiness is linked to self-expression, growth, and experience. Learning from failure is key. Happiness is real, possible, and around. Understand its process and the pursuit of it. Joy is fluid. It's in the little things and the big ones. Fails are fun. Start fresh. Even if you feel like you failed, you really didn't. We go through this. It doesn't mean, we're not good enough. It does not mean anything like that, you guys. All right? Keep your head up. That's really what I can tell you. Is it hard? Absolutely. But we don't have a choice. All right, now for our card that we left, you have the unicorn. It says, indulge in your creativity, imaginative and magical side through some form of artistic expression. All right, you guys. So we saw that you can go on and be an influencer, right? That's your artistic expression. That's your creativity. Not many people can go on camera and do these things, right? And you're one of them. So do it. If that is something, maybe you are starting your own business, but then on the side, you want to do this. Or maybe in starting your business, you're also an influencer, right? Or maybe you're starting your business through being an influencer. Take it as it resonates, guys, all right? But you are on the right path. Okay, and it says R-O-N, literally the name Ron. You may be dealing with somebody whose name is Ron. Or Robert. This might be a name, last name, or nickname. And for more signs with the cube, we have Cancer, your fellow water sign, Aries. Cancer had a really nice reading. You have somebody in your energy who's a Cancer strong, because it came out twice. I rolled the dice 3 times. All right, you guys, this has been your reading. It's been a pleasure. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to live in joy and harmony. One love. Take care, and I'll see you soon.
Thanking you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.